All right, welcome back to ASUS ROG Dream League. The barbecue of throws is about to start. It's Alliance versus EG versus DreamHack. Who will throw the show first? We're not sure, but either way, we're going to go straight into the bans and picks with Andy, Pyrian, and Bruno. Let's do that. I'm going to disappear, and I'll be producing the rest of the show because
someone has to.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's good to know. It's good to know. We're straight into the drafts. Don't even get the bumper this time. That's how on point we are. We're just like right in it, right in the action. But first game of the day, Lions taking on EG. We saw the first pick. It was a bounty hunter.
Right butt slapping I got right there. How was that for you, James?
Yeah, it was really good. Firm.
I feel violated, and it wasn't even me.
Well, it's all right. My ass has been slapped by worse.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have a new toy to play here, so we're going to start with that just because the fans is
Look at how nice the pictures look now.
Yeah, they're bigger.
You can actually tell what the heroes are. I mean, it's awesome for me because like the people at home can't see it, but the preview screen is so far away that when I don't wear my glasses,
always,
you know, I might as well be looking at like a jigsaw puzzle that's just on the floor. I mean, that's basically where I'm at on that preview screen. So thank God I have a monitor 2 inches in front of my face for that. But it looks a lot better.
So I was bored, so I decided that it would be fun to just compare players head-to-head.
Okay.
And just compare them on all the stats. So we'll start with the offlaners.
Oh, and you even have the numbers
3,
lit
2,
up
1.
for who wins. I'm thinking Bulldog
Bulldog pretty much wins.
Wait, is that... I can't actually see what's under the players.
Kills, deaths. Oh, yeah. Like,
is it like how many categories they win?
They win, exactly.
Okay,
right.
So Universe does not have nearly as many green things.
He has one tick.
No, exactly. He has one tick, which is he dies a little bit less than Bulldog.
Excellent.
It's easier to watch there, yeah.
Yeah.
But on all the other stuff, I think Bulldog pretty much dominates
Alliances
here right now. So Universe, you've been outclassed.
I mean, a lot of the categories are pretty close, though. Bulldog wins, but he only really edges out Universe in a lot of aspects. I mean, if you look at GPM and experience per minute, it's like 40-ish in each, and that's not really that much of a difference.
But 30 last hits, that's a little bit
he always
strong.
plays Prophet, and Universe, I think, plays more than just Prophet. And plus he plays things like Darkseer as well, which I guess technically you should be getting a lot of last hits anyway, right? Because
you should
just be getting Ion Shell in the way.
Exactly, that's how it works.
Yeah, we'll see how the draft works out for them, because really Alliance have their Bounty Hunter offlane, and EG, unless the Elder Titan's going to be running the offlane role, we haven't seen their offlane yet either. But both teams looking to play fairly aggressive here. Bounty Hunter with Track Gold, Life Stealer, and then EG has a ridiculously aggressive starting 3.
Going to be very, very tough. I talked to Bulba the other day, and he is one of these persons that says that Elder Titan is the only hero that's got tier here in this Dota 2, in this 679 patch. He seems to be really strong, combined with things like Crystal Maiden, who has immense burst power with the Frostbite and the Crystal Nova early game. He's very dominating. You can put it in the off lane, you can put it in the safe lane, farming, you can put it as a support, you can put it mid. With the Night Stalker here, where do you think this Elder Titan will go?
I think this is offlane. It kind of has to be. If you're EG in this position and you're looking to play aggressive, you could potentially try to put a matchup where you're going to have the Bounty Hunter 1 versus 1 against maybe the ET. Because I think in that lane, the Bounty Hunter might edge him out, but Elder Titan is obviously going to get levels in farm, which is ultimately what he needs. So if he gets quick arcane boots, he's probably going to be the mech carrier as well. I think you kind of have to put him in a position here where he can still get some kind of CS going.
Why would you put the mech on him over Crystal Maiden?
Because the Elder Titan's going to get farmed faster, and Alliance has a Bounty Hunter and a Life Stealer, which means that they're going to play aggressive during the mid-game. And you don't want to delay one of the best teamfight utility items in the game to put it on a hero who is going to be going a hard support.
And probably dying a lot as well,
And that's pretty much, like, you delay it so much that by the time you get it, it's not as good. But if you get like a 14 to 16 minute mech, which is pretty standard, actually a lot of heroes can get it sooner than that, it's a lot more potent because 250 health at that early stage can be the difference between winning and losing a fight.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now seeing, now we see a Naga and a Crystal Maiden. Of course, the Naga can be played as a farmer, but that hasn't happened for quite a while.
Base damage nerf, man.
Seeing these two supports, do you think it's still worth it to go in the trialing with these heroes? So maybe one of these should go and help either the Night Stalker mid or the Elder Titan.
You could very easily do either, honestly, but it kind of depends because they see the Life Stealer right now and a Windrunner. So they're not entirely sure if... I mean, it looks to be a support Windrunner just because you see Bounty and you think Admiral Bulldog's going to play that. So if it's a Life Stealer, Windrunner, Lina,
What if it's a mid Windrunner?
It could still be that as well. But I don't know if S4 actually plays mid Windrunner. Has he ever played that hero?
I've seen him play it once, but it was nothing to write home about. It was
Right.
kind of like cornered
It was-
into a pick. It was not a clear decision from
10
Alliance.
seconds
Yeah, it was no
remaining.
like Dendy, Blink, Windrunner,
Dendy's
Shackle
Windrunner.
all over the place. That was it was actually
5
insane to watch
seconds.
that
Yeah.
game. But if you're thinking Windrunner, Lina, Lifestealer, that lane is actually pretty hard to play aggressive into as an aggressive tri lane because you have two
Alliances
ranged heroes.
turn to battle.
Lina has 650 range, I want to say now. They buffed her range again in
Yes.
6.79. So she can hit you from basically, like you're standing in your well, right?
Yeah.
Like she can hit you there.
Of
it
course.
just doesn't matter 'cause, I mean, that's just how long her range
And that's the
is.
2 stuns and a slow as well. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
scary in itself. So
Yeah, it's really hard. So not only that, but they have a melee support in the Naga Siren. So EG could just choose to send the ET to that lane, sacrifice him, and just do a defensive lane, or maybe send a support towards mid, depending on what alliance pick as their mid, because I do not believe they have one yet. And you can see that because they've banned all 3 of S4's most notable heroes, Puck, Mag, and Batrider.
Right, which is what you want to do against
10
S4. People
seconds
say
remaining.
if you want to play Alliance,
Wow.
ban.
Alliances turn to
wow.
pick.
I like that,
Because of
actually.
this.
3 big team fight.
I like that a lot.
You have like the Fish Ladies team.
Mm-hmm.
We have Naga and Medusa.
Team Tail.
Team
wait,
Tail.
Wait.
Team no
Medusa's
legs.
not a fish lady. What are you talking
Well,
about? She's a
he-
snake.
No. Wait a minute. Worker 3, Medusa, was a fish lady.
She was a fish lady.
Well,
yeah.
that's terrible. She's a snake. Snakes are other than the sea snake.
Snaky. Well, and it's going to be a Timbersaw mid. So I guess you're right. The Windrunner goes top, and the Timbersaw goes mid.
Man, I could watch Lena's portrait all day.
She's pretty, isn't she?
It's hypnotic.
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 I really like Crystal Maidens because she pops snowflakes from her ear. He's like, "Pop."
She looks
It's
like
like-
she's crying.
It's a bit disorienting. You're just looking at somebody and a snowflake just comes out of their ear. In casual conversation, you're just like,
okay?
do I need to take you to a doctor? Because that doesn't seem okay.
You got snow here. It's
You
not
just-
normal.
maybe it's dandruff.
Oh god, now you've ruined Crystal Maiden. Don't you talk about Lena now. Timbersaw's kind of
I don't know
hypnotic with the
what we're-
bouncing.
What are we
too.
doing with our life?
Well, I'm just.
You know what he looks like? A guy that's gone to like a furniture warehouse and they're showing him the vibrating armchair. That's what it looks like.
Vibrating
Those chairs are
armchair.
so nice, though.
He's loving it.
Where are you going with this?
Well, that's what Timbersaw looks like. Lanes.
Lanes.
Yeah, I think,
Bulldog off.
honestly, if you're
With
EG,
EGM.
I don't think you go aggressive here at all.
Prepare for
There's no
battle.
way you can with a Medusa. But I do like the pick because if they do get to the late game, Medusa completely decimates that lineup. They will have almost no way of killing him. Because once you pop the ulti, again, it's 3 or 4 seconds of invulnerability, and you can't even look at the hero, because if you do, you get frozen, you take more physical damage on top of that, and now Mystic Snake does peer damage to anyone who's frozen. So before, you would throw out Mystic Snake when they get frozen, you're like, oh crap, doesn't do anything.
Right.
But now, I think that Medusa during the early game has a lot of presence, and like we said earlier, Havost played it last week to very good success. He went with a little bit of a stat build early on, but I do think here you're going to go 0-4-4. Like, you need to max mana shield as soon as possible due to Alliance's aggressive potential.
How do you team fight against Medusa ulti?
I don't know, man. Honestly, it's
30
very
seconds
hard
to
to do it just because it goes through BKB. But we're going to hop inside of the game. We can see everyone has got their heroes and stuff, and they're wandering around, forming up the lanes. But I think this is more or less what we were expecting. So it's going to be S4 going mid on that Timbersaw versus a Night Stalker. And to me, I don't know, man. This matchup is really close. Night Stalker has a bit of a base damage lead. It's only 6, but it's reasonable enough. The only problem is a Timbersaw can joust so well that you can still harass and potentially get rune control very easy.
And also with Whirling Death, that base damage advantage is gone.
Yeah.
Once you get that minus 15% stats, at the beginning it's not that much, it's probably 3 or 4 strength that you lose, but it makes a world of a difference because added to that, the damage, you can't just stand toe-to-toe against a Timbersaw. And if you start trading hits, that reactive armor will mean that you're not trading efficiently.
We'll see how the matchup works out. Both these heroes, though, it's interesting because they have really strong mid games. NCS does matter to an extent, but both of them just want to kill people. Like, they don't really want to sit in the lane and farm forever. They just want to farm for maybe the first 6 to 8 minutes of the game, and then you just start fighting nonstop. So it's going to be for Alliance where they focus their attentions, because if they can hold down Fear before he gets his ultimate, that would be great for them. But if they start committing to very heavy team fights and he's able to utilize his ulti, then you're going to have really bad situations where EG could potentially turn things.
And speaking of that lane again, have you played any Night Stalker recently? Do you think that the Darkness Knight right now is crippling, in a sense, the reduced vision actually matters, or is it just a minor thing that will not make a difference here?
I don't think it'll matter that much. Honestly, I have played Night Stalker since the patch, and I do feel as though he's about as strong as he used to be. It gives you a little bit of an edge in that if you gank the lane that's not warded, it can work out a lot better for you. But it's still very rune-based too. Like if you get a DD or a haste or an invis, all those runes are great. But if you get something like an illusion or a regen, it's not really that helpful. And bottom lane, EGM's going to get spotted out here. And Snare's going to be thrown. He does have level 1 Rin 1, but there is a double nuke here. He's going to get frostbitten. As soon as it comes out, this could potentially be the first blood. The Mystic Snake. Fear needs one more hit. Oh,
EGM survives in 15 HP.
Wow.
That was so close. Very well played by EGM, just waiting until the last second to use that salve. A little bit lucky as well, let's say.
Well, I think what happened was Jo could have landed another auto, but they wanted to give the kill to Fear. So they just held it, and that's sometimes what can happen. So unfortunate for EG.
Yep. And now EGM blames the lag for his recent overextension.
Well, he didn't die.
No.
I mean, you're supposed to say lag when you get ensnared, and then pause the game. And then be like, sorry, I got ensnared because I was lagging. Which is interesting because they actually have a ward in the woods down there. So EGM had to have seen that hero coming. He was just not paying attention.
Indeed.
Maybe he really was lagging.
Yeah.
Brain lag, maybe.
So the thing is, right now, you look at this top lane as well, and we have Lina and Lifestealer in the safe lane for Alliance. This combination is really strong. It's actually a 100% win rate I was showing before the game started during this patch so far. Universe, there's nothing that Elder Titan can really do if he gets open wounded.
Once he gets stand there and die.
Yeah.
Couldn't he stomp?
It's so slow to stomp, and you can pop Rage.
And you can't cancel cast it either, because if you cancel it, it goes on cooldown. So if the Lifestealer holds his Rage and he sees the animation, all you have to do is Rage, and there's a guaranteed chance it'll never hit you.
Oh gosh, okay.
So it pretty much does nothing. The only thing he may do is be able to pop the Ancestral Spirit and then the Stomp, but he's not going for that build. And the only thing he would accomplish there is maybe stun the Lina, but the problem there is not the Lina right-clicking you, but rather the Lifestealer.
Chasing you.
So
Eating your
Universe
face.
will have to play super cautious or super safe, not getting so much far, maybe just last hitting with the Ancestral Spirit a little bit. But he will not be able to approach the lane, otherwise he will die.
Well, he's approaching it right now. He's going to eat the Light Strike Array after the open wounds, needs to pull his Spirit back for the movement speed.
Wow.
And he will be able to just
They didn't
walk
really
away.
go
Why did-
after him.
Well, Loda didn't have boots, so if the Spirit comes back and it's level 2, he's way faster than them, and I don't think Loda had enough cooldown time for another open wounds because level 1 is super long cooldown, 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Just some goosing. Give him the goose.
Survives there.
Well, he's getting out of position again. He's going to eat another Light Strike
Jesus.
Array. Universe playing very aggressive
No, he
here.
doesn't have a Spirit.
Might be
They've got
going
it.
down. He's going to try to buy. He does buy
Dire's top
boots.
tower
He's
is
not going to have
under
enough for
attack.
HP.
What can he do?
Oh, I
Where
mean,
you
he's
gonna
going to
go?
try to die to the tower, I guess.
No,
He's
there's
gonna
no
push
place
here.
past them.
Oh, there's...
The
Loda bought boots too.
He got stuck in a
They both
crate.
bought boots as they ran past the secret side shop. So a very interesting chase, and ultimately results in Alliance getting first blood.
Oh man.
I really like the idea of just running through the shop and say, hey, throw me some boots.
Boots!
Thank you.
Here you go,
Now
buddy.
I can ride faster. No, give me some boots as well.
Like in a
I can catch
marathon
you.
when they're running past the drinks.
Yeah.
People just throwing boots at you. Probably not as helpful.
No.
I was watching Bulldog down here in the bottom when they tried to pull through the small camp to the Centaur camp here. He just waited until they tried to pull, quickly stole aggro, ate his way through a tree, and pulled them down towards the river to disrupt the pull. It was nice.
Really
I will
annoying as
try and
well. And now
remember that.
EGM, they're trying to play really offensive there. But Fog now will find Bulldog. That's not a trade that you want to take.
No.
However,
he's
if
got
you
it,
have an
this.
ensnare as well, that might be something that can be useful. He
Oh,
popped
he's
the
into
dust.
the dust. I think this is a dead Bulldog. There's still an ensnare.
Man.
I'm not sure.
He doesn't have a stout shield, so he's going to be getting
Yeah.
hit really hard here.
Oh, wow.
There we go, Riptide.
1-1.
Jo getting the kill. And Jo transitioning from the carry role to a support, and Fear now into the carry role. What do you think? Do you think this is good for EG?
I think Fear in general is a far more consistent player in the carry role. Like, he always finds his farm and he always seems to have good performances, at least back when he used to play 1 a lot. Obviously, we don't know what it's going to be like now because we haven't seen him in the role for so long, but I do think that it could grow on me. The problem is, Fear is actually good at all roles. So you might potentially be losing out on a really good support for a carry who plays marginally better than the carry that you had previously. So ultimately, it could end up hurting them a bit, just because I think that the communication between Jo and Fogged might be a little bit lackluster in comparison to what Fear and Fogged had going, because we've seen some really nice combos between the two of them, but we will have to see.
We'll see. And also, it takes to mind when you say Fear here is the captain of the team, right?
Yep.
So it's his call. I'm going to play carry right now. Jo, you go and play support. These changes is not only about whether the players can perform better or worse at the different roles, but also just a thing that we need to change something. Something feels that it's not working for EG. And this is their best trial right now. If this works, EG can potentially become one of these really, really strong teams everyone fears. Fears.
Got it.
Hey.
Damn. It wasn't intended. But also it can fail, and just if you don't find answers by changing roles, what can you do?
I'm just looking at his skill build, and it's completely different to the one that Havost had when we saw him play Medusa the other day. He's got the 3 levels in Mana Shield, 1 in Mystic Snake and 1 in Split Shot. So why is he going? Is that more of a fighting build or more of a defensive build?
It's both. It's defensive because you need points into the Mana Shield. When you see a team with a Bounty Hunter, a Lifestealer, a Lina, and a Timber Saw, that team wants to fight you at the most opportune time and earliest point in the game, right? So with that in mind, having the effective health from having the Mana Shield maxed out this early can stop them from just 5-manning your lane and killing you straight off. Now, Alliance has so much damage to the point where they could still kill Fear, but they're going to have to commit a lot to do that.
Yeah.
And since Fear is probably going to be 6 before the first time they start mounting any aggression against him, it's going to be a huge deterrent to that kind of aggressive play.
Huh.
It used to be that
Oh, that's a DD Night Stalker.
MSS, but he has no vision, so Admiral will be fine. He will have to back away a little bit, and S4 have to play careful as well. There's a tango in the river.
Timber could be in trouble.
Nah, he's fine. He can always Timber chain away. And now look at that. He's going on the aggression right now. He says, okay, you hit really hard, but I can also trade with you just by throwing the chakram over and over again. He's doing pretty well. S4, top farmer, 43s, last hits, arcane boots and bottle. Going for that quick blast, I think. And is there any other thing that you can do with the Timbers right now? If you're doing well, is there any reason not to go for Bloodstone?
I like Yules, actually, a lot, especially against teams with Night Stalkers, because what can end up happening is, now that Timber Chain can be interrupted by things like Silence or just getting mini-stun. Like, for instance, he's going to die here.
Yeah.
But say he has a Yules, right? And he gets silenced and netted. But just hypothetically speaking, okay? You get it for that reason, because you can remove the silence, you can stop the net from just ultimately killing you straight away, because now it can actually do that, whereas before Timbersaw was able to escape from those situations. But it can be a nice item, because it does give you mana regen. And in some cases, it can give you more survivability by stopping that. Yeah, what the heck?
Bulldog.
I don't really know what that was.
Miscalculation, I guess. He thought MSS was not level 7 yet or something.
Well, Night Stalker has really good night vision too, which is important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because he saw him from very far away because he's the Night Stalker.
Ooh. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's interesting.
He stalks people.
Maybe he's not used to playing against the hero, which would be weird because S4 was actually a very good Night Stalker too when he played it.
But anyways, it was not S4, it was Admiral Bulldog who kind of took the blow. And I don't think Admiral Bulldog plays the hero.
No, I'm saying like S4 played it on his team, so he
yeah,
should know
yeah,
what
of
it
course,
does. That's what I was getting at.
MSS?
Bulldog, he's going to get spotted, or excuse me, MSS is going to get spotted out. Bulldog on chase, Chakram going to be there. S4 picks up the kill. And Bulldog hits level 5 off of that. He was level 3 before that kill happened.
Yeah.
That is some very much needed experience, because if they don't get tracked and they don't start getting a lot of kills going soon, Fear will become a problem for them.
I don't think Lifestealer does particularly well against Medusa in the late game.
He doesn't.
He will rage and go towards you, and he will be still frozen. And because you can kite him so much, because you also have the ensnare and all these other spells that will make his life impossible. Imagine being a Medusa, popping your ultimate, freezing people, having a spirit on top of people, and then right-clicking them. It sounds like it hurts a lot.
It is going to hurt. Tremendously so. And you know what else hurts? Timbersaw, who's going in on bottom, but it's really hard to engage onto this.
Wow.
Gets disintegrated. Nice shackle there too coming out from EGM. Now they have a hard time going for the Medusa, but they can kill supports with a Timbersaw who's almost level 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's level 9. No.
Radiant's top tower
he's
is under attack.
And with that, he maxes.
Oh, Fear sees him. S4 wants to go in. I think they need
Pop
more
the
than just
ultimate.
Sheo to try to help him out. Chakram's going to be thrown. Mana Shield's on.
Nice.
Fear tanking up for quite a while. He's going to have to pop his ulti if he wants to live, or he just dies. Net.
Wow.
Timber chain to the trees. Chakram's going to be off
nice
the mark.
dodge.
Shackle coming in from EGM. Ake actually dies in the meantime to Universe and Fog while this dive is going on. But S4, he can't seem to find the kill. And top lane, there's going to be a huge dive. Loda actually goes down too, so they lose both their defensive laners and their carry. They failed to gank Fear, although allegedly sending somebody back to base can be almost as bad,
Right.
especially when a Medusa needs so much to be
Radiant's
relevant
bottom
inside of the
tower
game.
is
So
under attack.
Well, he doesn't
definitely,
lose money.
Yeah, it doesn't lose money.
He doesn't give
Doesn't
money
give
to us
money or experience.
well, Loda might have lost a little bit of money there, but he has a hand of money, so he can just get it back.
Radiant's
Damn.
bottom tower is under
Money hand. Jo and MSS coming back to the lane. They see MSS immediately, of course, because the creeps were there. Now we're
Oh,
going to try and run
fogged.
Fog denies the region, but is it too late?
No, I think he's okay. He just got his Tranquils. Chakra is going to clip him
Tranquil
on the
is
high
gone.
ground, but I don't think S4 can go for this. There's just too many heroes nearby. Shackle
Nice Shackle.
onto MSS, and EGM's going to casually walk down the river. So a little bit of action happening here. 8 kills in just under 11 minutes.
Lots of aggression from Alliance here.
Well, they have to. That's
Yeah.
what they picked around.
And EG, they will be happy to just delay the aggression as much as possible. Medusa is level 7. She has max shield. She doesn't have a very impressive team fight yet because the Mystic Snake is on level 1. That really doesn't add up much. And just right-clicking people with level 1 split shot is not going to make a difference. So they will want to wait and hopefully get that Naga to level 6 as well. So you can't gank the Medusa or whoever is next to the Medusa because she will pop the ultimate and run away. And you can't gank whoever is with the Naga for the same reason. Which means EG wants to play pretty passively here.
The thing that's really nice about their composition is that it lends itself very nicely to that
Radiant's
passivity,
middle
especially
tower
when
is
people are
under
tower
attack.
diving. S4 went to almost the tier 2, and Fear didn't even have to pop his ulti, which is nice. Top lane, gonna see a dive. Load Fest into the creep wave.
Radiant's
Teleport
top
coming out from
tower is
MSS. Bulldog was there as well. Light Strike Array is going to land on Night Stalker. Ake trying to run.
chase.
Oh,
Yeah, they pop the
chase.
darkness. They really want Ake here. He does not even have room for a TP.
Nice
Another
stuff.
Light Strike Array. Nicely done. Laguna Blade to follow, but Loda, he's actually not helping. He just leaves Ake out to dry. See you later.
Radiant's middle
Does that look
tower
familiar
is under
to you,
attack.
Andy, that play?
I mean, that was pretty much the period
That was a
yesterday.
S4, can you run
bail.
away?
I think he's fine. Shackle not going to latch
Bottom
either.
tower is
I don't think they
under
can stop
attack.
him here. He's
No.
got level 3 Timber Chain now, and he even has a self and a bottle charge, so.
For all the aggression of Alliance, I'm amazed. Like Loda and S4 still lead the way for farm.
Another Shackle attempt. S4's behind the tower. He wants to go for Fog. Chakram's going to hit.
Oh,
Power shot off the
Fog
mark, though.
hurts.
Tower's really low. Fear.
Yeah.
He pops the ulti. He's going to force EGM out.
That's
S4 is not
weird.
done, man. He really wants this kill. Fog trying to get
gone.
away. Timber Chain. Chakram whirling death. But Fog, he pops the one just in time. He's going to be able to slow S4 once more with a Nova, but he's going to Timber Chain out.
But
Should
Windy
be
got
able
the
to live
tower.
through
They
this.
didn't deny it. Windrunner got the tower too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Fear was standing there the whole time, I believe. Maybe he just didn't notice.
EGM getting the tower money.
Now, EGM hits for 72 damage. Fear hits for 109. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that EGM is just amazing.
Clearly was right on the
Good
money.
call.
But anyways, moving forward, we see no kills, and that's seems to be EG's plan. Every single time we see kind of a fight, we see people trading hits, but no one really dying. Even when Alliance starts getting a little bit antsy and they overextend, they get deaths like the ones on Loda and Ake in the top tower. This will eventually favor EG more and more as the time goes by, because that Medusa is getting scary, and even that Naga gets troublesome. Not scary in terms of damage, but just annoying in
Gank
general.
coming here, by the way. Look
Oh,
at this.
Fear. He does have maxed out mana shield. They might want to just kill Jo first. He is level 6. He's
They
going to
can
have
kill both.
Song. MSS, he gets tracked. They go for the Night Stalker straight away. Immediate Song comes out from Jo. Both MSS and Jo are going to be able to walk away from this. I don't think you fight if you're EG. I think you get the heck out in Fear.
Yep.
He's just sitting there at the small camp going, I don't know what I can do. That power shot.
HP.
That power shot. EGM. You know, he canceled that very quickly. I don't think he actually got the full damage off of that.
I think it was at the maximum range anyway, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe he just thought.
Yeah, maybe
another
he extended
second.
a little bit more. It wouldn't have been enough. And Fogged right now. He's the bravest Crystal Maiden I've ever
Shackle
seen.
on Fear. Mana Shield tanking it up. He's going to pop his ulti.
No one's looking at him.
Well, no one's looking at him, but they also can't kill him, which is almost equally as
Oh,
important.
S4 is
S4,
frozen.
he's going to get frozen. MSS going to town now. Silence still on S4. They're going to
Nice
back
shot.
around.
Shield.
How in the world did that
Through the
land? Fear.
trees.
He's going to be dropped. Fog with the freezing field, ultimately going to take down S4.
Ow.
Laguna Blade onto MSS, but he doesn't care, man. He's got an Ogre Club, extremely tanky. Bulldog's going to drop as well. TP coming in.
ET
He's
is
tier
coming.
1. Universe is here.
Oh,
Light Strike
nice.
Array off the mark. Nice dodge by MSS. It's going to be a triple for him. He keeps going. EGM, he pops the wind run. He still
wants to
has
go
9
for it.
watch charges. He's got a
He's so
shackle.
fast.
The shackle.
One more
Oh,
punch.
no, he's dead. Bop, bop.
Oh, come on. Wowee.
That's an ultra kill.
Incredible.
It looks like they're extending their advantage here in this game.
Nice. We're not going to use the C word today, which in this case is,
Dyer's
you know what?
bottom
C
tower
word?
is under
What?
attack.
That's
It doesn't start with a C.
Capitalize.
It does.
You don't want to say capital.
No, it starts with a K because that's what everyone in chat says.
Oh, I see.
yesterday. I was thinking that our house kind of looks like a fraternity. If you think about it, it's
A
just
bit.
like a bunch
A
of guys.
bit.
So what would like fraternities have like these Greek names?
Kappa,
I see.
Kappa, Kappa.
I guess. I don't think there's no other way.
Yeah, that's the only way.
That's the Kappa 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 fraternity.
Man.
Yeah,
A bit like a frat house. It's exactly like a frat house. It's
Hey
like,
man, I don't know what frat house you lived in, but
I didn't.
well, some
Exactly,
people
then how
actually
are
get
you-
up before 5 p.m.
and maybe go to school. Sometimes
Well,
Maybe.
I don't
maybe.
know.
playing with Andy counts as going to school.
That's true.
I learned a lot.
You get
Be
schooled.
honest, even though I yell a
School.
lot, I am educational with my yelling.
I
don't
did not feel
just
that you were
yell
cross.
for the sake of yelling.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you were angry.
No, I
You were
wasn't.
coaching.
That's the key though. I said I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mad school.
Here comes the push to the tier 1 top tower. The tower is pretty low, so if they get a couple creeps hitting, it will be in denying range. So Alliance have to know that if they want to commit, they will have to fully commit. Otherwise, a deny will mean 500 or so gold loss, just because the tower would have fallen anyway. They decide, well, let's just try and at least get a pick off. We need to kill Fear, otherwise it's getting scary. Fortunately for them, I'm kind of surprised. Fear is going for these very early mid-game items. He went for face with Aquila and drums,
Yeah.
which I know you love.
I want to give him a standing ovation for this build. Like this is actually what I do every game when I play this hero.
But the thing is, at the same time, don't you want to just go for bigger items if you're going to play so defensively and possibly into the late game?
The build-up is so bad, though, and they've been playing aggressive on him. So how do you justify saving for something like an Ultimate Orb or a Perseverance, which gives you 0 stats, on a hero who benefits arguably more from stats than any other hero, outside from maybe like a Morphling? I mean, you don't want to have items like that, because they're fighting you so early in the game. There's no way he would have had a Lincoln's done by now. If you assume that drums cost around 1,800 gold.
What an
Dust
optimistic.
on Admiral Bulldog.
The
Spirit's
dodge.
going to be there as well. MSS can't pursue this, unfortunately. S4 is here. He's got a haster, and that is a fast basketball. In the
Loda.
meantime, Loda, he's getting caught out. Very nice timber chain in from
frozen.
S4, doing a lot of damage.
Nice.
Power shot to follow it.
Fog.
He's
What
going
are
to
you
put the
doing?
freezing field. He's frozen, though, so he takes no damage.
Oh,
Fog
no,
tries to run out of the
chakram.
chakram. No, it doesn't work. Earth Splitter. Wait for the cancel.
Oh,
Hits all
beautiful.
3. Excellent play coming out there.
Bulldog.
Brilliant coordination. MSS. He's going to be able to escape from the chakram and run away. In the meantime, Jail, he ends up going down. Loda's not done, though, man. He wants blood. And there is a track on this. I don't think they can outrun
no.
it.
Nope, S4 is there. And
Fizz
S4
got
is just
lots of
going for the next one.
charges.
S4 is like, yeah, you got that, mate. I get this one.
That is an interesting place for a Obs ward, by the way. Look at that, just on the left by the steps.
I don't
there.
think MSS is safe. I don't think he knows. There's the teamers are coming for him.
Yeah.
Has to be super careful.
Oh, nice TP.
nice.
Oh, the TP.
Do they know?
He's
Do
out.
they, can you
He's
see?
out.
Oh, mama.
That was close. That was a clencher.
Just look down by
That
the
was a
tower, the
pucker
left-hand
moment.
tower there.
Pucker moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Wait, you never heard that
I
expression
didn't know you
before?
could put a
I've
ward there.
never heard that expression before.
You just, you're
what is a
TPing out.
what is a pucker?
Think about it. You're puckering.
Your bumhole, Bruno.
Oh,
God,
oh,
you
oh,
are like-
Jesus. I don't know those words. People, they don't teach them in school.
Okay, well now you know. You've
Okay.
been educated. A
Okay.
pucker moment is when you're like, oh God, please help me, and you start panicking when you're TPing. You just have like the hands off the keyboard praying to the Dota gods, and you're just like, please let me live. That's what he was doing.
Let me live. Kind of like that Queen song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Amazing. The more I
Amazing. You know what else was amazing? The
What?
fact that Alliance get 3-man ET Earth Splittered and still manage to win the fight. And this is kind of what they've picked around too, is the ability of cleaning up very nicely.
They really
Because
can chase.
with a Timber Chain and a Chakram, you have almost permanent slow potential. Loda went for Phase Boots, so he can chase on top of that, and they have drums. So if you ever take an engagement that you start to lose, you're going to lose it really hard.
Yep.
Look at Loda's farm, by the way. 124 last hits compared with Fear on 82.
Yeah, it's insane. And this is the difference too, because Alliance prioritized bottom lane very heavily, which means that Fear was never able to get uncontested farm. Whereas Loda, he more or less got to do whatever he wanted because EG was reacting to Alliance's aggression. They weren't just going top to kill Loda, they were going bottom to save Fear. So when you do that, you're essentially opening up the map for the other carry to do whatever the heck he wants, which in this case is make a heck of a lot of money. And you can see it's reflected in the net worth. He's behind about 3,000 gold right now to Loda or S4. So when you have two heroes who are the biggest impact in this part of the game, having the best games possible, it looks kind of bleak at the moment for EG.
So bottom line, kind of tri-lanes suck right now, because that seems to be the case. They put the tri-lane to protect Fear, but at the same time they left Loda unchecked in that lane where Elder Titan had it really, really hard for him. They didn't accomplish much in the safe lane, and they lost the off lane just by virtue of getting Fear less farm than Loda. It seems to be something that's kind of a recurring story in this new patch, where the tri-lanes don't get as much accomplished as the dual lanes.
Well, S4, he's going to be caught out. He does have a Bloodstone, extremely tanky. Night Stalker Silence going to be there for days. I think he just maybe suicides here. He does have support though. Ake looking to line up a Light Strike Array, and EG, they just back
Like
off.
the cavalry.
There is a Naga Siren song if they want to pop it. I think they might have been able to engage into that, but it is scary. Because Loda, he does have... Oh no, his TP's actually on cooldown for another 10
Radiant's
seconds,
top
so...
tower
Yeah,
is
they
under
could have
attack.
fought that. Well, yeah, of course, they don't know, but... S4 gonna eat another void.
nice
Silence is there.
silence in
Spirit
time.
from the high ground. S4 gonna suicide.
Nice.
Yeah, and Professor Herbderp, Emil, and Mendrick gets a prize just because this guy clicked the button.
Congratulations.
But they had to watch the
It
game.
doesn't really
right?
count as a denial, though, does it? Because a denial has to be you denying a teammate.
Yeah.
You can't... I mean, you can deny yourself.
What?
It is an active
It's
denial.
seppuku. It's something
No,
that
it's
Japanese...
Sudoku.
No, Sudoku is a game with squares.
No,
He
you commit
knows.
Sudoku.
He knows.
Seppuku is
Seppuku.
the thing that you do with flowers.
I mean, but playing Sudoku is basically like dying.
Oh no, that's...
Thing you do with the flowers, it's when you disembowel yourself. Seppuku.
No, isn't that like the
It's when you take
flower
the knife to your
arrangements?
gut. Anyway, knife to
Japanese.
guts. MSS wishing he had a Bloodstone to suicide there because that was moderately painful looking. But it's 13-11. The problem is, even with the kill lead, track gold is starting to become a huge issue now for the side of EG. Their Medusa doesn't have enough to fight yet. He is going for apparently a Lincoln's. Either that or he's rushing a Scotty. Either one. Rushing a Scotty I actually don't think would be that bad here because it gives you very needed stats. Lincoln's doesn't really... I mean, what do you block? A Shackle, maybe randomly? But you want to take the brunt of the damage anyway
The
because you
Laguna
have a
Blade.
Mana Shield.
However, doesn't Skadi make Lifestealer a really, really sad Lifestealer?
Yeah, it does.
Even when he raged, I want to run away, but I can't. I'm slow.
It's
I'm
like you
raged.
Scotty, and you ulti, and then you phase through the hero as much as you can, like similar to what S4 did on Batrider against G on Viper. You pretty much do that to try to freeze them. That's
Right.
basically how it should be done. But it's very hard at the moment because there's so much damage on the side of Alliance that he can't really walk into a team fight right now. And MSS doesn't have a BKB either, so...
Well, but when they have the BKB and MSS is not too far away from it, these heroes become so tanky that all the bursts that is actually working right now for Alliance, all these Laguna Blades into Timbersaw combos, they will start getting less and less effective. And by that time, maybe G can get a couple unfavorable. I know, it's 10,000 gold deficit, and it's a 7.5 KL experience deficit. I see what you're saying, but I just...
Fear is catching up in farm, I've got to say. He's catching up in
Thank you,
farm.
Pyria.
Well, his
Thank you
CS
very
is
much.
good. You have to argue that his creep score is good. But if you look at the net worth, he's still just as far behind as he was before. And this is excluding team fights. They're
this
going to
could be
song straight
big.
away.
Big.
I think Universe goes for a big ulti here. He's going to try for 3. Song cancel's going to come out. The Medusa ulti to follow it. 2 heroes drop immediately. S4 silenced and frozen. EGM going to be in the same boat. Loda, he's raged, but he's also netted double buyback. Ake and Bulldog both back into the fray. The track is there, and now the chase is on. Alliance, they want to clean this up. Another silence onto S4. The Spirit comes out. The Echo is actually going to hit
Nice,
on
ultimate
3.
for four.
Freezing
Wow.
field on the high ground, doing a ton of damage. Jo, he's trying to escape, but he is tracked. S4.
Oh,
no,
wow.
he gets juked. He even breaks the track with a Fog. In the meantime, he's going to dodge a Light Strike Array. Ake continuing to chase Fog. He goes back in. S4 does eventually find Jo, and now Fog. He's going to get a kill on EGM. MSS eats a Laguna Blade. Track going to be there as well. Fear now on the high ground, attacking Admiral Bulldog, and they want to get the heck out. The net comes
Nice.
in. Double Light Strike Array from Ake. Throws out the salve as well.
What the hell?
So
S4
much
comes
damage.
back in, and he does a little bit of damage with the chain, but he's going to get silenced. This team fight is just so long and drawn out. S4's been able to do so much damage.
don't die.
Another Light Strike Array on Fog. There's the freeze. Another Dragon Slave to secure the kill on Lena. The sisters, they kill each other. The net coming on to S4.
Oh, he
He's
finally
going to be
does.
dropping as well. And everyone on the side of Alliance is dead.
Finally, he died. Unbelievable.
Everyone
went on for
on the
like 10
side of
minutes.
Alliance is dead. And they had 2 heroes buyback.
That was such a beautiful team fight from EG, by the way, Andy.
Perfect.
That was
setup.
arguably an amazing fight.
EGM, why are you doing that?
I think
to
he's
me?
okay.
No, he's not.
Oh, wow, that
from
net
downtown.
from downtown.
They're gonna get this tower too.
Yeah, they don't care about EGM. They just want to kill a tier 1.
Universe, don't get hit by the tower. Oh, here comes the rotation.
Sword coming in.
This is
Alliance.
Timberson. Timberson, he wants to chase here.
They got it.
They got the tower. MSS, just run away.
Just take your win and get the
bail.
hell out of there.
We won, guys. Run for it.
You know, but that's great because now MSS has a BKB, which is
Yeah.
exactly what they need because he can stay in the fight however long he wants. Chakram coming out from
Yeah,
S4.
there's a haste. That's the only rule
MSS
actually.
is just like, I'm going to flap my wings and there's nothing you can do about it.
But S4 wants to
he's
chase,
getting
even with a
chased
haste.
hard.
This is another cool thing about going Yules on Timbersaw. He could have dispelled that and he could chase.
That's true. That's true.
call.
You'll dispose all the good things.
You're so wise, Andy.
I'm wise at my old age.
But now look at this. Now Medusa is only like what 2,000 behind. She could catch
Getting
up.
closer,
She could catch up
and
to
she
Lodi
bought the first ultimate orb.
She is going Scotty
Oh, she's
straight away.
going full Scotty.
I like that though because a Scotty on a Medusa gives you way more stats than a Lincoln's, obviously. And again, there's nothing really that you want to block
I
that
get it
much.
now. Scotty gives stats, and that's why they're called Scotty. These guys are doing the stats.
Oh,
You are like,
Bruno, wow.
you're so fast. Like, I don't understand how
That's
you
a clever name.
do you even put your own pants on? Like, I'm just in shock that it took you that long.
He doesn't put his own pants on.
No.
Did you help him?
Yeah, I had to help him.
I can only put one leg.
Pyrion's like the house dad.
How's Daddy?
Yeah, he bought bread and stuff for us
Yeah,
and made us
bread
food.
and milk. I bought a coffee filter for you guys. Changed the bin. Fed
To
the
be
cats.
true,
No
to
one
be
drinks
true, no one
coffee.
drinks the coffee. Yeah, because no one likes coffee except
Yeah.
for I think you and Semler.
Yeah, that's.
Jerax would have loved you though.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know,
Everybody says
the Finnish are the people who drink more coffee in the world.
Yeah.
Really?
That's- yeah.
In the entire world?
In the entire
oh, didn't you
world,
say it's
per
average of
capita.
5 cups a day or something? Crazy like
Something ridiculous like
that?
that.
Mad.
Isn't that much coffee like bad for you?
Almost
Ask the
certainly.
Finnish. I don't know.
I think I read somewhere that the biggest coffee producing country in the world is Vietnam. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure.
One would have said Colombia or something
Well,
like
I
that.
think
no?
it's Vietnam actually. A lot of coffee comes from Vietnam. Very good. Very good.
That's good.
Could be
Is-
wrong.
Is it good
Someone could
coffee though?
check. Oh, it's excellent.
It's
It'll
excellent.
always
yeah,
be
yeah.
poo water to me.
Dyer's bottom
Don't they,
tower
like the
is
Indians
under
have this
attack.
coffee that it's like eaten by these animals and then put...
Yeah, it's like not a ferret, but something like that. It eats the beans, it poops the beans. You make coffee with the
Dyer's
beans.
bottom
Or
tower
I don't.
has fallen.
One does.
How is that
One
making
can.
it better? Like,
I
what
have-
guy
I think
saw
it's like
that there was fecal matter with coffee beans in it? And he's like, you know what would be
Hey, I'm
awesome?
going to drink this.
If I stewed this in some water and drank it.
Oh, man.
Excellent.
I think it's like an ocelot or something.
Probably started as a bet. Bet you $5 you don't drink.
And he was like, this is delicious. No,
dude, this is-
You're not getting me to drink the ocelot poop water. No, come on, dude.
No,
I'm
no,
not kidding. It's delicious. No,
Let's
no,
sell this shit. Literally.
no. Yeah, that's exactly how it went. How's
How's the game going?
I don't even know what to say. Scotty is finished, by the way.
Great.
Medusa is
Here.
28 last hits
Oh,
away
look
from
at
the-
that, sparkly. I really love the Scotty animation, and I'm really sad
Oh,
that
that's
we don't get
nice.
to see as many Scotties in these games, because that thing is beautiful.
I've never made one ever in any
You should.
game.
You
Never.
should just like make it. You will play like 10 more games today.
Okay.
In one of those 10 games, you have to say, okay, I'm gonna make a Scotty, even if it's on.
Does it work
Zeus.
on Lifestealer?
Of course it
And
does.
then I'll get it on Lifestealer. Done. I'll blame Bruno.
Done.
You should do it on Zeus. People will be like, wow.
You know, I'm not even surprised anymore when he says that he hasn't made an item or played a hero. He's just like, I'm done being surprised. I'm just so over that.
Well, I mean, like, I've never played Medusa because she looks tricky. You know, like, I only just started playing Alchemist and
Looks
Lifestealer.
tricky.
It's like the.
Here's what
one
you
of the
do.
simplest heroes.
When you take a team fight, you have your mana shield on
Right.
and you hit R when they start running at you.
Right, but here's the thing, Andy. If I play Windrunner, I can still get carried, right? But if I'm the number one and I completely mess it up and get no items and no farm and press it all at the wrong time, people are like, we lost because our carry was junk.
Well, you're never going to learn if you don't try.
No, well,
man.
that's why I've just decided, fuck those people. I'm going to play
Yeah.
the carry.
Sometimes you just got to go hard
That's
and
right.
just not get any CS at all.
Go
and then
hard or
lose.
go home. Is that basically your message here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you saw my Omni Knight
Oh,
yesterday,
dude,
right?
your Omni Knight gave me a boner.
Oh boy. All right, we're
wow.
gonna get back on track because in the meantime that we've been, you know, kind of
Digressing.
shooting the shit a bit. Mm-hmm. They lost to tier 2. Alliance did.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
And they
there was
worked-
no contest.
Yeah, there was no counter push at all. I mean, they were trying. They had 2 people bottom, but they couldn't get the tier 2 on the side of EG in that bottom lane. So now it's 19 to 13. It's approaching the 30-minute mark. Fear, he's farmed up another 2,300 gold. If he gets something like a butterfly, his damage and effective HP is going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
And then you start running into this problem of our Lifestealer can only really buy one more item after his Abyssal Blade's done. I mean, you can replace the Wand and the Midas, but after that, he's more or less hit his peak. He's only going to get worse from there. And Medusa only has one item really done. I don't count drums as like a late game late game slot because you can replace it very easily. Fear. He's going to spot out S4 Timber Chain to the high ground. Immediate
what a timing.
Jo with the sick plays. Universe comes in, long distance Earth Splitter. They're going to go for 2. They're going to hit S4. They want to blow him up straight away, and they will do so. Loda, he gets frozen in place. The damage that he's taking is ridiculous with the ET passive as well. They're trying to chase him down. Fog. He's popping out the ult. He doesn't really do much damage. Power shot going to be there. They really want Jo. S4 is back in the fight. Looks like he bought back and botsed in. He could be dropping again. No one on the side of EG has dropped yet. Oh, Jo. Wow. He's going to be the first one to go down. Another power shot from the low ground. S4. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He has to suicide. And Loda, he couldn't do anything. He walked in, popped the rage, got frozen, almost died immediately because he takes so much damage with the base armor reduction that does stack with the damage that you take in addition to when you're frozen by Medusa's ulti. So it's 50% more damage, and you lose all of your base armor. He got destroyed.
Yeah, that's not fun. Not one bit fun. And Loda is just licking his wounds back in base. Now, the question for you, Andy, is how important is Roshan right now? Is it something that Alliance needs to secure to have a chance to get back in game? Or
it is. For certain. Like, I don't think they can... That team fight looked like it was going to be really good because they saw Fear straight away, and he doesn't have anything like a Manta, so if they initiate on him, they're on him, right? He can pop his ulti, but that's it. But because Jo got that song, before Loda even had a chance to rage, like, that timing could not have been better.
Yeah.
And then they get the free Earth Splitter on 2. Even if Loda rages, he's still going to get slowed, and Fear can kite it out. And then Loda just tanks the ulti anyway.
Kill the crit before it comes.
Oh, S4 goes there. I don't think he wanted to be there anymore. MSS is on chase, but he doesn't have darkness. If he had his ult there, I think they just kill S4 for free. And the rest of Alliance is kind of hanging nearby. They're going to go for Roshan.
S4's Bloodstone now has just 2 charges, by the way, because he's denied himself twice, right?
Well, he died, bought back, bought it to the creep wave, and then suicided. So
EG knows about this, I think.
Yeah, they do have a ward in the area. It's going to spot EGM for sure. Actually, I don't think that ward sees the rune.
No, and also, I don't think they even get there in time because that Roshan is about to die. Yeah, Loda gets this, and this is a breath of fresh air for Alliance right now. They really, really needed a win, and they weren't getting any wins in teamfights, they were not getting any wins in towers. At least that big guy, you can always kill that guy.
You can always kill that guy. Which, if you think about it, is pretty rude to him because he dies a lot. He dies like every single game.
I don't think he minds. He's like, well, it's a 10-minute break. I'll just go make some Ocelot poo coffee.
Oh,
be
God.
Back.
It might not be... I don't want to badmouth the Ocelot. It might be something else. I'm fairly sure it is. But
it sounds right.
I love the double ult. The Medusa ult and the Naga Siren ult are so good at setting up this. And the Earth Splitter, when you want to fight, you drop the Earth Splitter. When you don't, you just walk away. It's really good.
Loda, do you want to go there?
Loda's just going straight in the tower, man. They just want to pressure this. You know, this is a perfect time for a song, actually, because there's 3 heroes lined up. Fear from the high ground. He's just sieging. He gets shackled to
silly shackle.
Mirror image. What an ability. Fear, he is going for the butterfly, by the way. He's got the Eagle Song picked up. And his damage output is going to start to become a problem.
Ouch. Wow.
You think Butterfly right here is better than going Manta first?
Oh, absolutely. Like, not even a question. What is he Manta on their team? Open wounds?
Well, open wounds.
I mean, that...
Nah,
if he gets open wounds and he has a butterfly and mana shield, how much life
and also
are they really going to steal? Well, track is only if you're really on retreat. The last couple of fights, EG have been standing firm. You know what I mean? Like, the only people who are weaving in and out of the fight are the supports, and Jo and Fog. The rest of them are pretty much just standing there because MSS has a BKB. No one's going for Universe, and he has a 4 staff and a mech, so he can pretty much do whatever he wants. The primary target is Fear, because you can't just let him hit the whole time. And that's what makes Medusa such a threat now, is because before, Medusa ulti only slowed, and you could still use abilities and cast, but now since they've added a stun to it, that makes you take a huge chunk of physical damage, in addition to not being able to do anything. You can't tank that anymore.
It's going to get tricky for them to tank not only the Medusa, but also all the damages coming from the Elder Titan that's now getting a little bit of Lifestealer, the Night Stalker that's getting bigger and bigger. And even those supports, these are supports that can dish quite a lot of damage. Just by virtue of being there, the Riptide is always very annoying. It's not that much damaging anymore, but the minus armor helps with everything else. and the ultimate from Crystal Maiden. I think she's the biggest winner of this patch, just because people discover how much you can do with that. And the fact that, yeah, you can say it's easy to stun a Crystal Maiden because she's paper. She doesn't have a BKB until maybe 40, 50 minutes into the game, if she's lucky. But at the same time, you have to focus her. She can stand so far away or maybe up a cliff, behind a tree. You have to invest so much time into chasing her that it gives time for the rest of your heroes to actually do something. And we get a pause because Fear paused.
He's
Well,
disconnected.
S4 DC.
Yes,
And
for
he's 4 DC.
disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to have a short intermission, but it's a really important thing to note here that if you're on the side of EG, the later the game goes, the better. And it's 35 minutes in, so you could say it's like mid-late game, getting to late game. The second item has been finished up on the Medusa, so Butterfly, Scotty. There's no MKB on the side of Alliance, but EGM picked up an Orchid. An Orchid is great in a situation because if you can catch Fear before, or you can catch the Naga Siren with an Orchid, either one would be a good target, then maybe you can actually set something up. Because before, all that was happening is immediate song, immediate Naga Siren ulti and Earth Splitter,
Right.
and then what do? I mean, you really can't take the fight anymore after that. So now they have an opportunity of actually catching someone, which is important because before they were trying to, but it wasn't working.
Yep. Period.
Yes,
Thoughts?
sir.
I want you, like, you know that there's this thing that we're doing if you go to Facebook /
Yeah.
ASUS ROG or something.
Pick the winners of the
Pick
three.
the winners. Pick your winner for this match.
Well, I think looking at everything that Andy's been saying, and given the way that the game is playing out, I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of Last Hits and Denies, and Medusa's just come to the fore. I think she's
Ooh.
getting a lot of items. I think EG are in a commanding position, really, if things go their way. But
Do you think EG can throw this game?
But they actually put Fear on carry. And they don't have Demon anymore either. Was that the spirit of the EG throw? So I'm actually answering your question with another question.
Ooh. Now I have to answer that question. I think the EG throw is as old as Fear himself. As old as Fear.
That's old.
Yes.
Like, that is...
old man of Dota.
That's older than period.
Surely I'm the
That's-
old man of Dota. I'm like the oldest Dota
No,
player
Fear's
in the
like
universe.
700 years
Yeah,
old.
he
Yeah,
is,
of course.
He's like 2
It's
years
like
older
the
than me.
Methuselah of Dota too.
Oh, yeah.
So I just think that it's something that looms around. It's sitting there waiting for the time to
do you
strike.
think that's in the back of their mind? Like in pretty much any sport in the world, if a team has one of those seasons where they concede a lot of late goals or touchdowns or, you know, whatever it is in basketball, the points or whatever, it must be in the back of your mind.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and you
I'm
must
sure
be
it
thinking,
is.
oh my God, please don't mess up because we don't want to throw again, not again. Everyone else get to me on Skype and say nice throw. Oh, they're going again.
Yeah, the game is
Game's
back
back.
underway, so we're going to hop back inside. And I have to agree with Pyrian, at least in terms of his thoughts of how the game's going. I think that EG do have the advantage here. They have the kill lead, but that's not really consequential at the moment. It's just kind of like a thing that's happened because their team fights have been good. But they're getting more team fight utility items. They have the mech, of course, finished on the ET, and now Vlad's picked up by MSS. So they're getting more and more. And I feel sooner or later, again, the Lifestealer hasn't gone for a hard carry build. He has an SNY Armlet Abyssal, which is this standard Lifestealer progression that you have during this point in the game. This is about the strongest that he gets. Maybe he picks up an AC, maybe he picks up an MKB, and then he's done.
I don't hate the Sanjin Yasha really.
No, I don't either. I'm saying, like, this is very standard. It's just that their team was supposed to have accomplished more. Ideally, their team has already won the game right now.
Yeah.
Because that's when their team really hits its stride. Even before that, because even though he went
Radiant's
Midas,
top
Lifestealer is
tower
one of
is
the few
under
heroes in the
attack.
game who can get away with going Midas because his innate skill set is so unbelievably good that he can still do a lot of damage just by having attack speed.
Dire's bottom tower is
You know what
under
the saving
attack.
grace of Alliance is right now? It's that EG, as strong as they are in the late game, they only have 3 heroes that will be able to get some farm, which are the Night Stalker, the Elder Titan, and the Medusa. Unfortunately, the support, Naga Siren has a good potential for being useful in late game. She's not going to get that much because she's not farming that much. But on the other hand, you have Lifestealer, you have Bounty Hunter, you have the Timbersaw, and also you have EGM, which doesn't matter which hero he plays. He likes to play for the late game as well. He's happy when the game gets to this point where he can actually also get some items. As you said before, he has the Orchid, he also has the mech, and he's going to go for more and more items. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the game we see EGM with the Hex.
It
Just
could
because.
happen, yeah.
And with that in mind, just that extra hero getting something into the game, even if a Windrunner is not as strong late game as some of the heroes in EG are, it just adds up by the pure fact of it being a hero that has items that are unknown.
I definitely agree. And that's that semi-carry role that you can transition into as those heroes. And I think the point, just to kind of emphasize what you were saying, is that Naga Siren and CM can't really do that. I mean, Naga Siren could, but JO's going for the Heaven's Halberd, which I still think is a good choice.
I think so as well, because the Lifestealer will not go for a BKB.
Yeah.
No matter what he does, he will not go
He
for
can't.
a BKB. He can't.
Like-
If he just spends the AG slot for a BKB, he's limiting himself so much. Without a BKB, he only has a Rage. And after the Rage, you just pop the Heaven's Halberd, and he does nothing.
Well,
I love Sanjin Yasha and him.
He's
It's
super
fun
fast.
going fast.
Oh,
it
Loda?
is very fun.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, he's going to spot out EG. And the entirety of Alliance and EG are both in the area, looking to potentially take out a team fight. But they're both scared because as it reaches this stage in the game, the team fights have a lot more consequences to them when you lose. You're dead for a lot longer. Buybacks are much more costly. You can look at like 120-second respawns if you die and die again, which with your tier 1 mid dead, if you're Alliance, could mean maybe they just go straight for a rack.
Yeah.
And finally, Medusa is now on top of the net worth right now. And that's the thing. When you get to this point, she flash farms so fast.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
She clears creep waves no matter how big. Super, super fast. And she never skilled Mystic Snake past 1 point.
Well, she doesn't need it anymore. That's just it, because early it's still really good.
It's still tankability. You throw that into a fight, you got a lot of mana, which translates into HP.
No, I agree. I'm not saying the skill is bad. I'm just saying that it's less important at this stage in the game than it was early to have it, because that survivability during the early game, and not just the survivability, but the damage, is a much bigger factor than it is 40 minutes in, when the Snake only does 200 damage. And the next choice for Medusa could potentially be a Manta, could still be a Linken's as well. I feel like Manta is a better choice than a Linken's here. Could be a Hex, that's right. That is actually a situational item in the list for Medusa.
Just because it has stats in it.
Dire's top tower.
Well, it's stats, mana regen, and then disable, which is never bad.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really find a situation where I think that a Hex is bad.
But
unless you're-
potentially, yeah, with that in mind, Hex is a situational item for every
Dire's
hero.
top tower.
Can I ask very
Dire's
quickly
top tower
why
has
is
fallen.
stats so big for Medusa?
Wait, sorry.
Might have to hold.
Fortified.
Song on middle. Teleport coming in from Fear. He wants to try to line up his ulti. Earth Splitter's going to be there. S4 tries to get out, taking a ton of damage. Silence straight away. Ensnare onto Loda. He's stuck under the tower, but a brilliant shackle from EGM stops Fear and MSS from doing any damage. Now Loda, he's looking for MSS. Uses the Abyssal Blade. They're trying to focus him down, but he's got the BKB. Freezing field by Fog. Silence onto Loda. It's going to be a double kill for the Crystal Maiden. Stomp lands on EGM. He's trying to teleport out. He might even make it. Light Strike Array
How did
is
he?
going to land on Fear. Now Ake, he's being chased down.
He's
Is he
gonna run away.
really going to get... Okay.
Triple
Okay.
Kill for Maiden.
I was going to say, if he gets the TP off, I might just like get up and just think about my life, because that would have been ridiculous. But it's a triple kill for Fogged. Brilliant positioning. Loda, even with the assistant shackle from EGM, like he hit the 2 perfect heroes.
Yes.
He hit Fear and MSS. Didn't matter.
No, it wasn't enough. Just because Elder Titan was there,
Radiant's
the Split Earth
bottom
was
tower
already
is
causing
under
damage, but that
attack.
Spirit was annoying everyone and Fogged. He didn't, I want to say he had the perfect positioning, but no, he was just in the middle of everyone.
Yeah, he was just like, you know what? You guys aren't going to touch me because I'm a CM, so I'm just going to channel a full duration level 2 freezing field.
Easy, no problem.
No problem. And now they can actually go high ground.
Yeah, that Loda will not be back anytime soon. It's
Yeah.
still 25 seconds until he respawns. Timbersaw, which
Oh,
must...
nice. What angle is this?
That's an Ice Frog angle.
Yeah.
EGM, he gets frozen. He could be
Oh.
dropping here.
No,
Orchid,
it's fine.
onto Universe. The Scotty Slow is quite strong. He does have Wind Run. Going to use it as soon as the Ensnare comes out. Teleport coming into the hut there. S4 maybe looking to try to chase somebody down. Ake doesn't have any mobility items, which is unfortunate. You usually see supports a lot more farmed with bounty hunters. That's something that's really important to note here too. But Alliance, man, honestly, EG has outplayed them in these fights.
Yeah,
Which
absolutely
sounds
agreed.
crazy, because Alliance are one of the best teams in terms of coordination and fighting on the planet, right? Like, it's very hard to say that there's a team out there who can go toe-to-toe with them. You usually think of teams like Na'Vi, for example, just at least in terms of the Western scene. But EG, man, I got to hand it to them. It's been a really good performance.
Look how, I mean, but Bounty's 156. It's not been a great game for Bounty.
I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that when they went bottom, they were still kind of splitting their experience. I understand the ideology of why you put the Windrunner and the Bounty together, because the Bounty can contest the pull, but EGM got sent back straight away. Bulldog died just to the 2 supports, which not a lot of support combos can actually do that to you, but they managed to do it. So Bulldog couldn't get much. EGM had to play passive. Bulldog started roaming at level 3. Okay? That's when you know you're desperate.
Right.
So the laning phase for EG still went reasonably well.
And if the lanes were going well, let's not talk about that lane game because Fear right now has the Manta completed. And Manta, Scotty, and Butterfly.
That's crazy.
Is that scary?
This is starting to reach the stage where I don't know if Alliance can even kill him anymore.
You know, he didn't even use his ult in that fight either.
He didn't have to.
Incredible.
It's like they get a perfect initiation.
Oh,
Speaking
EGM.
of EGM, he's going to eat an ensnare, going for the TP, a little bit optimistic this time. And he's going to end up dropping. S4 throws out the moral
So gets
support
the kill.
chakram. They want to keep chasing. S4 is going to get Scottied there. Fear has a double damage. They just want to run down mid. With EGM dead, no buyback. I think they just take the racks. There's no
Yeah.
glyph.
Well, everyone's so far away. Now
Look
look,
at the
at the
damage.
retreating Bulldog and
There's
Ake.
no glyph. This is free melee racks. There's nothing they can do about this. And actually,
range.
top might be in trouble as well because there's no tier 2. So they can just go
Ruh-roh.
straight top EG.
Oh,
wow.
They're pulling this out, man. I shouldn't say pulling it out because they have honestly been ahead for a while.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird to see EG not.
Come on. You were the guy pointed out the 10,000 gold deficit.
I'm just
Come
saying.
on. Come
S4,
on.
he
Flip
gets
flopper.
silenced.
You are a flip
Echo
flopper,
Stomp
sir.
comes out. They're going to kill S4. S4 is still silenced. Is he
Oh,
going to
wow.
suicide? No, he just ends up dropping. He
buyback.
buys back straight away.
Loda.
Medusa ulti has popped Fear. He's just going for the tier 3. He doesn't care about anything else. He just wants to kill the base. S4, he's back in the fight. Track onto Fear. No Manta to break it.
Split Earth coming.
Nice song. This is a 3-man. And Ake actually moved closer
Yes,
to it.
thank
Here
you.
comes the
Oh,
Spirit.
boom.
Straight follow-up.
Oh,
Admiral
wow.
Bulldog just gets disintegrated. S4, he's silenced up Fear, doing a ton of damage with his split shot. S4 is still alive for the time being. Laguna Blade gonna land on
Loda's
MSS.
gone.
Not enough to kill. Loda was all by himself inside of that team fight. S4, he does manage to find MSS eventually. Fear,
Fear's
he's
taking
taking
lots of
no
damage.
damage.
Well,
He's actually taking no damage. They're trying to run now. Buyback by Loda, buyback by MSS as well. EG are on retreat. They don't manage to get the top racks, and Jo is just like,
no, J.O.
sing tales of my valor. He drops the gem inside of the base,
The game.
and everyone else is going to be just fine on the side of EG.
Good shackle on the mirror images there.
Yes.
Man, that escalated quickly, huh?
Wow.
Wow. That really got out of control.
Set of racks and a tier 3 tower. Alliance, I think they are against the ropes.
Yeah,
They
I
are.
would agree.
They're
And
definitely on the
that
right.
was a very fortuitous DD rune, by the way. I just want to point that out because if they didn't have that, they might not have even been able to kill the racks just due to how much extra damage Fear did.
Look at that graph.
He was hitting
Spiking
for like
back to zero.
450 or something absurd like that. So
Loda.
He is now worth 7,000 more than Loda. 7,500 almost.
I
the
think he
Medusa.
just goes a damage item. Oh no, he's going to buy a gem for his team because
What a nice guy.
Such a
he
nice
is
guy.
like the sugar daddy right now of EG.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No,
much
really
his
good
It's
job.
his support roots. He
He's
was. Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot I was not playing support this game.
Does he just hold on to money for buyback now, or does he get whatever the hell he likes?
Well, he can hold on to money for buyback. He can go something like Crystallis and still have money for buyback. I think he goes a damage item here because he knows that he can't die. And really, all he has to do is kill Loda, and he's invincible.
Right.
Like, what do they do after the Lifestealer is dead? He is all of their damage against Fear, at least, in the situation. So for me, I feel like MKB or Daedalus could be the choice. If he wants to go, like, full survivability, he could go Linken's, but I really think that's overkill. I think it's just damage now.
What about a rapier?
Rapier could win.
You know what I would love now? EGM. It's like, don't worry, guys. I've got this. I can farm. I can a diffuser. And I focus fire to
Radiant's
Medusa.
middle
And the mana is
tower
like,
has been denied.
no more mana. And then Medusa without mana is just.
Yeah, but you're focus
So
firing
squishy.
against a target who has a butterfly with no MKB. That's kind of...
Doesn't matter. You're
That's
attacking
hoping for
fast
the
enough.
best. I mean,
Hush now.
I'm just saying.
Let the plan sit.
Yes. Think about it for a while.
Oh wow, if they can catch
Oh,
Loda out
Loda.
here.
Oh, Loda.
That ensnare. Got canceled because of the high ground. He just doesn't care, man. Fear is fearless. You know? Got him.
Oh,
the
Loda.
runes on
Loda.
the Fear. He's gonna get Orchid. Already popped the Manta, just taking no damage at all. The Laguna Blade even comes out, and he's fine.
Oh.
He's still sitting in half health fog, just freezing fielding in the song because why not?
Here
First
comes the
player
boom.
comes out. They're going to cancel it. Hits on 3. Loda, he's
Loda.
going to get his Aegis popped straight away. Fear. He pops the ulti as well. He's running back in, trying to get the slow off. Bulldog in no man's
no.
land, realizing what a
Damage.
mistake he's made. The Abyssal onto Fear. Can they drop him? He gets 4-staffed out, and now they want to try to fight him this, but they've already lost their Aegis and Bulldog. Can they really afford to chase this and find someone? Poor Jo. He just seems to be the one who dies every single time. Goes for the TP. The Light Strike Array lands, and he's not going to make it back to
Run
base.
away. Save Fog.
I don't think they can kill the CM.
Wow,
They're chasing the
that's a
Titan, though.
statement.
Tower is
Yeah,
under
I don't think they can kill the CM. Universe also casually TPs away. No problem. S4 just behind enemy lines.
There's a TP. They want to chase. They want to go for it.
Yeah,
MSS.
that's a bot's Night Stalker, by the way. He's
Oh, he's silenced
522
now.
move speed.
Wow, that shot. That,
He'll be able
that
to
timber
TP.
chain.
Yeah. They don't have any way of stopping him.
No, the Void was.
But just imagine if Fear actually had a damage item there. Like, what he would have been able to do during that fight if he had something like an
Radiant's
MKB.
bottom tower is under attack.
He would have absolutely destroyed. He wouldn't have had to run at all. He could have just stood there and man fought. Now, he could go Satanic
He could go Satanic.
if he just wants to be like, I am forever.
Right.
Yeah. That's like, you can't kill me.
He's got 7,000 gold saved.
I think he's just debating what to buy.
Yeah.
Because when you get to this point in the game, it's like, do I want the MKB?
Do I want a refresher?
Do I? No, he doesn't want to refresh.
If he refreshes, doesn't that cost too much of his mana, so it cuts into his shield?
It's only 375, which for Medusa is not a
Yeah,
lot.
that's normal. Right.
And
Okay.
amazing.
I just want to point out, the Crystal Maiden has a Lincoln's and a Force Staff.
Oh, it's gonna give the
Wow.
Lincolns to
Yeah.
Fear. It's gonna do like,
Nice.
you can't kill him.
How are they ever going to kill this Medusa?
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna
He's
give
bought
the
an
Lincolns to
MKB.
Medusa. I think he's gonna use it for himself just
MKB
because
is
he
the choice. Okay.
really likes.
I think that's a decent shout.
It's really cool because it's great against the
Bounty Hunter
the
that
wind
has and Bounty Hunter that has a Heaven's Hunt.
What? You still can't attack with an MKB if you get halberded.
No, but he has the evasion.
Yeah, well, actually,
the-
two of them have halberds.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I didn't see the halberd in livestream. Okay, lots of halberds.
Lots of halberds. Halberds for everyone. You get a halberd and you get a halberd.
You don't get to
EGM
attack.
has a halberd too. They have 3.
Oh,
Uh,
Can I ask a question, please?
yes,
No.
please.
Medusa has split shot,
Yes.
right? Does MKB proc to split shot? Because it says unique attack modifiers do not, such as critical
No,
strike.
but the split shot do not miss ever. It's like flat
Right.
cannon.
But does the mini bash?
No, not the mini bash.
mini bash doesn't
That
work.
would be
Only on the
ludicrous.
primary arrow. So whoever
Yeah.
you're targeting will get mini bash, but no
Okay.
one else.
That makes sense because that would be flipping crazy.
But
It
yeah,
would be.
I think they want to chain halberd, that Medusa. And if you think about it, it's 4 seconds on range heroes? Or
Yep.
3?
4.
4 seconds.
3 on melee.
Yeah, so you
Get
have
that Lincoln's on
potentially
there.
12
They're going
seconds
for
of
it.
fear. You're
Well,
not doing
Fear has arrived. He says,
Dyer's
I am
top
power.
barracks are
Come
under
at
I am
me.
Fear.
There's the Lincolns. They put it on Fear.
Dyer's
Shackle going to be
structures
thrown
are
onto MSS.
fortified.
Actually latches. Track is going to be there as well. MSS taking some damage. He is really not that tanky. At least not nearly as tanky
Fear
as
doesn't care.
They've already had to use 1 halberd. The glyph is already down. EGM getting destroyed here. S4 is going to be getting a lot of damage as well. There's the Echo
Nice
Stomp.
shackle.
Another shackle from EGM. Ake follows it up with a Light Strike Array.
Doesn't take
Loda
damage.
is looking for a chance to get in, but he gets netted on the side. He's not able to do
Another
anything.
Lincolns.
S4 is just going to
wow.
drop. In Fear is just going to town right now. Loda's like, guys, I don't know what to do. I'm all by myself. I want to try to kill somebody. Abyssal's MSS, but Fear is 1v4ing while Loda is also 1v4ing, and it doesn't seem to be working out at all here for Alliance. They go on
no,
Fear.
Fear.
They might actually be able to kill him. It actually
No,
sends
the
him further into
song.
the base, but the song stops everyone.
And then
Here
the
comes
split.
the
Oh,
Earth
It's a
Splitter.
4-1. 4-man.
Drop the base. Oh, Bulldog immediately dies along with Ake. A double kill for Fog. It's
Wow.
triple. It's a godlike CM coming out from EG. Godlike CM. It's an Ultra. Alliance tap out
That
to the
was
Crystal
fantastic.
Maiden. Let's be honest. Even though Fear made the transition to playing carry this game instead of Jo, we all know who carried. It was the CM.
Absolutely.
Fogged Dota, says EGM.
Fuck Dota.
I gotta say, Ake had a really nice performance on CM before. We all saw
Yes,
we saw
of
the
course.
ultis. I dare say this one was better from Fogged.
It was a combination of having a great performance. What was it? 12, 4, and 17. And also the fact
That's
that he
a
had...
godlike Crystal Maiden. In a competitive game.
If you look at the guys that he had around, it was so strong. All these tanky heroes ahead of herself. So that she wasn't scared of use that ultimate every single time. And that helped her. So
Yeah.
great performance for the Crystal Maiden, but great team to surround the Crystal Maiden. So I want to say this team was built for a Crystal Maiden.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you, James.
Fogg's actually been MVP of a couple of Evil Geniuses games.
Well-
I believe it was, he also played the Rubik.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
Rubik. Yeah.
So he's
Against
been...
VP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been doing pretty well on that. But either way, congratulations to Evil Geniuses. That's their first win, and a
Yes.
big one. It's over Alliance. They're going to be really happy because now it doesn't look too bad for him. It started off like, oh, we're 0-2.
Yeah.
Got a win versus Alliance. They're now 1-2, which makes them look like they could, if they play like this, get pretty far in the league. So we'll have to see if that's going to be the case, because when we come back, it's going to be Alliance versus Virtus Pro. But of course, we'll be talking about the post game. I'm going to be explaining why Refresher is the best item you can ever buy on Medusa. And of course, we've got more games coming up for you. Andy is shaking his head off camera. You can't see it because there's no hair waving. But if there was, it would be all over here. But it's not. See you after the break.
What's up guys, I'm AP and I think that the Rise series of mechanical keyboards is perfect for gaming Dota 2. With 5 macro keys and 3 thumbstick keys, I have a lot more options in my reach to take care of Dota 2's peripheral actions. And if that's not enough, I can bind secondary functions to each key thanks to Easy Shift. This, the high quality Cherry MX key switches and the comfortable wrist rest make the Rise series my choice for gaming Dota 2.